I struggle to find healthy food that I can afford on a regular basis for my family. It's hard to change our eating habits when the unhealthy food is so cheap and easy.
I know it's not good for you, but so many people are overweight today that it almost seems normal.
As a teacher, I see firsthand the problems that my overweight students face. And it's not just the health aspect. The teasing can be downright cruel.
The problem really strikes a chord with me. I have a daughter, and I want to set a good example to help her make the right choices.
More than 90% of Americans believe that childhood obesity is a serious national problem. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, more kids are overweight today than ever before, and the extra pounds are taking a toll on their young lives.
Overweight youth have more health problems like high blood pressure and diabetes. Their emotional health suffers from teasing and ridicule. They face more difficulties in school and social relationships. Obesity is costly in other ways as well. One study found that medical expenses related to obesity top $75 billion per year in the United States. The purpose of this forum is to discuss the issue and what we can do about it. Why are so many children and teens overweight? What should we do to encourage healthier weights? What are the roles of youth, parents, teachers, business people, government officials, and others? How can we work together to tackle the problem? Let's start by taking a look at what we know about America's expanding waistline. 60% of all adults are above what experts consider a healthy weight. A third of America's children are overweight. Obesity among young people has risen sharply during the past 3 decades. From toddlers to teenagers, obesity rates have tripled. Public health officials are calling the problem an epidemic. Mathematically speaking, the reason for the weight boom is simple. We're consuming more calories than we burn. More than a third of American teens watch 3 hours or more of television every day. Almost 2/3 fail to get the recommended hour per day of rigorous physical activity. And 4 out of 5 don't include enough fruits and vegetables in their daily diets. But it's a little more complicated than counting calories, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Genetics can play a role, causing some people to gain weight more easily than others. Another factor is the environment, especially for children, including their access to video games and the safety of their neighborhoods for walking and playing. Social and emotional factors also play a role when we eat for comfort or hospitality, or other reasons that are unrelated to hunger. Most researchers believe that obesity involves a variety of factors rather than a single cause.
So what can we do to reverse this unhealthy trend? During the forum, we'll start by considering 3 different approaches. They're not the only ways to look at the issue, nor are they mutually exclusive, but they do offer different perspectives about where to begin.
The first approach is to expect personal responsibility for fitness. The crux of the problem, from this point of view, is that children and their parents simply aren't doing enough to eat right and stay active. Adults need to play a stronger role in guiding young people to make healthy choices. For example, parents need to set stricter limits on television, video games, and junk food. Families need to make more time for healthy meals and physical recreation. Teachers need to educate their students about good eating and exercise habits, as well as the serious consequences of poor habits. Equally important, according to Approach 1, is for adults to be positive role models. Children learn by example. They need parents and teachers who show the way with their own good habits. The second approach is to invest more in the overall well-being of children. The crux of the problem, from this perspective, is that we're too concerned about children's weight rather than what might be causing their weight problems. For example, some people overeat as a way to cope with negative emotions. Counting calories won't help much unless they also learn better ways of handling their feelings. We need more counselors and youth programs that help kids develop the social and emotional skills they need to lead healthy lives. The media adds to the problem by setting unrealistic standards of super thin women and muscle-bound men. Kids need to see more actors and models with average healthy weights that they can achieve for themselves. We also need to focus on food as nutrition according to Approach 2, not as a bribe or reward for good behavior. And we need more food pantries and summer meal programs to assure that all children have enough food and nutritious options. The third approach is to create a culture of fitness. The crux of the problem from this viewpoint is that society bombards children and families with too many opportunities to eat more and do less. Personal responsibility can only go so far. We also need a culture that offers and encourages healthy choices. For example, schools need to provide more physical education and cut out the junk food and vending machines. Communities need to develop more bike paths and playgrounds. Restaurants need to add healthier choices to their menus. Food advertisers need to promote nutritious snacks, especially among young audiences. Childhood obesity is a community problem, not an individual one, according to Approach 3. We need to drastically change our home, school, and community environments to encourage fitness.
Many people see at least some value in each of these approaches. The challenge lies in deciding on priorities and being willing to act upon them. If we can't do everything at once, where should we start?
What actions are most likely to have the greatest impact? What are the drawbacks and trade-offs? What steps are the most doable in terms of time, resources, and public will? What should we expect from government, from our schools and communities, from business leaders, and from ourselves? The forum is the beginning of this important conversation. We hope it leads to further discussions involving wider circles of people who care about the issue and are willing to take action to secure healthy futures for all our children.